Chatty Man, Phil and Kirstie, Paul Bettany and Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Stephen Mangan and Charles Hamilton and Rita Ora.
What a lineup we have for you tonight. They're the artist singing Home Finding, the Lord and Lady of Location and the Kate and Wheels of Real Estate. Yes, Kirstie Allsopp and Phil Spencer were on my sofa later. He's the star of stage and screen who's been in more hit comedies than I've had hot dinners, and that's a lot, that's right. Green Wing, Alan Partridge, Nathan Barley and episode star Stephen Mangan is in the house. And if you're a fan of muscled men causing mayhem in capes, then you are in for a treat. Forget Madonna at the Brits. I'll be talking to Avengers stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Paul Bettany later. But before all that, oh my God, what a week it's been. The whole country holds its breath as Princess Kate prepares to have the new royal baby. Yes. God knows when it'll be delivered, so they could at least have a deal where if it's over 3 days late, the whole country gets complimentary garlic bread. Wherever you go. Or Pepsi, yeah, Pepsi. Everyone's wondering about names, but William, he's so modern and down to earth, isn't he? I guess we may not know the baby's name till we see it tattooed on his neck. Apparently, the baby's birth will be announced on Twitter. Oh, that's nice. Something new for Katie Hopkins to troll. Runners have been going through their final preparation ahead of the London Marathon. A charity asked me to do it in an ostrich costume. No, I don't need an ostrich costume. Have you seen the way I run? I mean, that's me all over. Anyway, I don't like the way they wrap you in that tin foil at the end. You know, with my turkey neck, it makes me look too oven-ready. I don't mind people gawping, but I draw the line at people laying strips of bacon on my backside. Poor Sue Perkins got death threats. Do you hear about that? When her name was linked to the Top Gear job. That's not nice. And I know how Sue feels, honestly. I got death threats when it was suggested I take over from David Dickinson on Real Deals. No, I got 10, 20, 30 death threats, but I decided to ignore them and take them to auction. You like that? Good joke, isn't it? Stephen Mangan, Avengers stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Paul Bettany and Rita Ora and Charles Hamilton will be here later. But first, put your hands together for the power couple of property who saved us from more disappointing semis than an entire series of pole dog. Shut up. For Kirstie Allsopp and Phil Spencer! Oh, my God, let me get you a drink.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you smell ours, love.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
cheers,
cheers.
Alan.
Oh, so lovely to see you.
What is that stuff that everyone has at the back of the shed? Oh, my God, that is vile.
I must give you a bottle before you leave. Now, listen, by the time this show comes out, Kate and Wills might or might not have their new baby. I've got royal baby fever, I have. Now, like Kate, you had really bad morning sickness, didn't you?
Yes, yeah.
Now, does morning sickness actually exist, or is it a bit like an old wives' tale?
Well, I have to say that I'm not rising to it.
I'm just asking. Is it like the
beast of Bodmin? I've heard about it. I've never seen it.
What the Duchess of Cambridge had is called HG.
Yeah.
Hyperemesis gravidarum.
Which is also my drag name.
And... basically, you puke for Britain.
Oh, no.
And I mean, Phil was with me a couple of times, weren't you?
Doing location?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No!
Yes, yeah.
What
Yeah.
going round over people's houses?
The wallpaper's not that bad, Kirstie.
It is awful. And even when I didn't have it, when I was... Because I didn't have it so badly the first time, if you went into the house and the smell was wrong in the house, it would be like...
Or my smell was wrong.
Yeah.
Anything could be wrong.
Wow. Yeah. And there's one brilliant part of the show. Are we after the watershed house?
Oh, yeah, love,
Okay, there was one brilliant part of the show where Phil was really winding me up the wrong way. And in the end, I just went, oh, Phil, And in the show, it says, you see my mouth go, and then in the show, it's like, I'm off for lunch. And they didn't get me to do that, so they must have done it from words they had.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of deaf people going, what? He's not happy. Well, I know William and Kate will be watching, so we'll raise a glass and wish them luck. Cheers to William and Kate and the little baby. And don't forget, you'll be able to watch every second of the birth of William and Kate's baby right here, where Claire Balding, Dr. Christian Gokwan, Bear Grylls and Jeremy Clarkson will be hosting a live One Born Every Minute Royal Celebrity Special. I'd watch that.
I would watch that show.
And as soon as the baby's out, switch over to where Ryland, Caroline Flack, Dappy, the stars of Hollyoaks and Stereo Kicks will be hosting the spin-off show Prince George's Little Brother. Now, listen, as excited as I am about the royal baby, I'm also so excited about Love It or List It, your new arrival. Tell us, Wagwan.
Kirstie and I are going to help people who are undecided about what to do with their houses. Lots of people around the country, I think, are in similar situations where one half of the couple loves the house and wants to stay there, and one half wants to move on.
So we sort people out one way or the other. Phil believes that moving house is always the right thing, and I believe that actually you can knock down a few walls and change everything.
So listen, when people want to move, what's their biggest beef? What gets them all going? Why do they want to leave?
Usually it's because they run out of space.
Can't they do what I do and put a massive V in the back, like with my trousers? That would be great, wouldn't it?
What is... Actually, they need to chuck some stuff out, knock some walls down, because often people haven't run out of space, they're just not using the space properly.
Yeah. Now, Finn, on the show, you're telling people to ditch their house and move. Why are you doing that? Are you on commission from estate agents? Why? Why would you do that?
My side was about getting people to be confident in their decisions. So if they're undecided what to do, and Kirstie and I can leave them with kind of aligned on the same pages. Yes, we're staying, or yes, we're going. Then that was my task.
But the thing that gets me, why do estate agents make their adverts so misleading? And why do they use fisheye lenses? Have you seen that, fisheye lens? As if we're not going to know when we go there. I mean, I'm not a carp. I can see. I've got eyes. Am I right?
No, you see, that's where I think you're being unfair. Now, they are selling something, and your estate agent is paid by you to sell your house.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to make it look as good as he possibly can.
But they still do take some pretty shocking photographs.
I don't think they take good enough photographs.
Yeah, that's the
sometimes.
problem.
Yeah.
These are genuine photos. This is what we've got. These are photos that estate agents...
You see, that I love. That I love.
What's wrong with that one? I would move in a heartbeat.
You see, Ellen, that, for me, I think that's a really clever photo. I would do that up. But pigs can be dangerous. You have to be careful with pigs.
How come?
Pigs will eat you alive. If you fall unconscious in a pigsty, that's it, you're toast.
How do you know this?
Because I had a couple of pigs.
So someone in your house...
If you someone, Alan.
Yeah.
Just knock them over the head, put them in the pigsty. There won't be anything left of them in the morning. No evidence.
okay.
Yeah.
Is that Crime Stoppers? I didn't know that.
Yep.
They could eat you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad about eating bacon now, do you? What a nasty little pig. This one, OK, it's all right. But look at the right. There's a man having... that is genuine.
It's like me.
It is you, Phil, that's Phil! Now, listen, in just over 3 weeks, on the 17th of May, you'll be celebrating your TV 15-year anniversary.
Well, aren't we the lucky ones?
I know. Model not included. Right, what we're going to do is, it's like a Mr. and Mrs.
Right, OK.
It's nothing like Mr. and Mrs. I'm going to ask you a question about your TV husband and wife.
I can't hear a thing. I genuinely can't... No.
Oh, look, I found something in a skip. Nice to have a bit of quiet in it, Phil.
Oh.
Right, here's your question, right. What's the one thing in the world that is Kirstie off the most?
Where to start? Goodness, there's so many to choose from. Anybody who doesn't agree with her.
Yeah.
Anybody who even looks like they might tell her what to do. People who throw litter.
Yeah.
I think probably the single event that I can think of that annoyed her the most was my fault. When she got onto Twitter, she was getting quite excited and getting into Twitter, and I wasn't really very interested. So she set up, unbeknown to me, she set up an account in my name and started tweeting as me. And she started getting me some followers.
Yeah.
And would even tweet about herself. About a month later, I realised what was going on. And
I can hear Phil still talking.
That's an unusual event.
You should have your own sitcom.
So, about a month later, I realised what was going on and took control of my own Twitter account. And the very first tweet that I sent was the thing that annoyed her most spectacularly, because we were doing a piece of camera and she farted. So I put that on Twitter. Yeah, I won't be doing that again.
No. Oh, that's so funny. OK, Kirstie. Back. Oh, no. Kirstie, take them off. Right, OK. I asked Phil, what's the one thing in the world Kirstie off the most?
That's why it took so long.
Oh, my God. He said on Twitter that I'd farted. I smacked him around the head and I got someone to video it, and then I couldn't play the video, which I wanted to do, because someone said, it's assault. You can't put that on Twitter.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, good luck. We'll love it and list it.
Thank
Tuesday night, what time?
Tuesday night, 8 p.m, subject
Yes.
to the royal birth.
Oh,
Fingers
yes,
crossed.
yeah.
Keep your legs together, Kate, just on the 28th.
Yes. New word. Hello, Kirstie, everyone! First, though, it's time at last for the chatty man to meet the chatty Mangan from episodes. Would you put your hands together for the brilliant Stephen Mangan?
I'll have anything you've got.
Oh, hello. Oh, there.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't need my tonsils anyway.
Well, listen, you and Matt LeBlanc are back,
Yes.
haven't you?
Yep.
In episodes
Episode series 4.
4.
Yeah.
And when's it back on?
It's coming beginning of May.
Beginning of May?
Yeah.
Have you filmed it all?
We filmed it all last year. In fact, they've already shown it in the States. We filmed it in September, October. I remember because we were in the studio next to Strictly Come Dancing, so whenever that was on. Because we film it over here, episodes.
You do?
We do, the whole thing. Pretty much the whole, not all of it, a little bit over there. And when
Oh
I got
my
the job,
God.
I thought, this is it. Convertibles, LA, sunshine. No, Wimbledon.
Oh, no!
I know, I thought the hair flowing in the breeze as I drive down Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
No, driving down the A3. Hopeless. Hopeless. So we go out there, we just do the bits that are, you know, the outdoor bits. The
Yeah, because
exterior
some of
stuff.
it looks like when you are driving around, and then the
Yeah.
house with the fountain and all that, is that like...
The House of the Fountain was in Surrey.
I'm looking at points of view.
The first series, Las Vegas was Camden Town.
No.
yeah.
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
There's a scene where we're in Malibu on Matt's beachfront
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
We're
where we
standing
had
on the
sex with your
balcony,
wife,
looking at the
yeah.
Pacific. He's having sex with my wife, yeah. And we're looking at the Pacific, North London. And the thing is, as well, because it's supposed to be LA, it's supposed to be 90 degrees. So we're always in short-sleeve shirts.
Oh, no.
And we film it in the winter in England.
no.
So you're sitting there going, yeah, no, it's great to be here.
Now, the show takes the at these Hollywood big shots. Are you a bit worried that you're sort of biting the hand that feeds you? I mean, say these Hollywood people see the show.
I know. I'll never work again over there.
Well, I know.
I know. It is... well, actually, no, do you know what? The feedback I get from everyone in the industry I meet over there is that they love it. I mean, a lot of them say to me, I like the documentary you're in, because it's so realistic. I mean, it's such a mad town.
Yeah.
It's mad. But then they probably would say they loved it, because everyone over there tells everyone that they're great the whole time, and you're going to be a huge star, and you're going to be a huge star, and, you know, sometimes I don't think they mean it. I went over there, when I first went over there, I met lots of agents and managers and stuff, and I met this one manager who said to me, I'm your biggest fan. I've seen everything you've ever done. You're going to be huge, Simon. Stephen. Stephen.
Was he the man from Saw, the Saw movies? Do you like games, Simon, Stephen? Who are you?
Oh, God. Well, my aunts and uncles have got to watch that. Oh, well.
Because you are one of those talented people. You do film, you do TV, and now he's doing a play. He's on stage at the National Theatre, which I went and saw.
You saw last night?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. The play's called Rules for Living. It's a new play, isn't it? Because theatre puts you off on it, because before you go, you think it's going to be an old man in a toga going... You know, walk in there like 4 hours.
Yeah. Because you're trapped, aren't you?
Yeah.
Bad theatre is the worst thing ever. And you know, I'm very careful as well about what I go and see.
Yeah.
And what I'm in as well, because if you're in a bad play and you're playing a man in a toga going, you've got to do it night after night after night for months. So it's got to be good. And this is a very, very funny, clever, interesting play.
It's basically a bit how Christmas has to work, doesn't it? You've got to work. All the family's there together.
Yeah.
And it's like a typical Christmas, because there's people there you hate, there's people you've got history with, there's people you don't get on with.
Yeah. Everyone's determined to make it work. Everyone comes up, this year I'm going to be good, we're not going to argue.
Yeah.
6 hours later, everyone's drunk, eaten too much, they start arguing.
Yeah.
And it all kicks off. I mean, that's, yeah.
The one thing I couldn't believe is there's actually like a proper fitted kitchen in there, isn't
Yeah.
there? While they're doing this, they're like preparing food, the dishwasher's being opened and stuff.
There's a sink that works, and we cook a turkey, and there's
you
in
can
an
smell
Aga.
the turkey.
Yeah, and we cook a turkey, a whole Christmas dinner, and then we have to eat it.
Yeah.
We have a big fight, and the food goes everywhere. So the whole turkey is on the floor, and there's potatoes and gravy, and someone sprays champagne around, you know. And with the audience are very, very close.
Yeah.
I mean, they're as close as you are to me now.
Yeah, well, I know. I got
Yeah.
Brussels sprout thrown in me
Well,
face.
there you go.
Because they start throwing it at the audience.
But I get a trifle dumped over my head.
Yeah.
And if anyone's been a bit fidgety or annoying in the audience, I just give them a little flick of trifle.
You don't!
Yeah. I mean, you know, come on, pay attention.
Yeah, come on.
Don't come to a play and fidget. That's what I think.
Yeah. What are you like on stage, though, when people do Russell the Maltesers, I start talking. Are you like, do you get quite
It
arsey?
depends what mood you're in. 'Cause
Really?
Well, some days you come into the theatre and you love everybody and everything's great and you don't mind. Yeah, let the phone go. Other days you come and you want to kill people before you've even set on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
I did a play here at the Old Vic, very close to here, and the audience were all around us, and it was a disc like this. And we were acting on it, and someone in the audience just put their feet up on the stage like that.
No way!
We were watching it, and I was looking at these feet thinking, get your feet off my... So as I walked round the stage, I just kicked them off. I swung as hard as I could. But then we had another incident on the same show where someone in the front row, their phone went off. And they panicked and they were looking in their bag, and then they just dropped the bag and ran out of the theatre.
No!
The phone ringing. You've got to laugh at that, yeah, you know.
Now listen.
Yes.
By the time this show goes out, hopefully Wills and Kate will have their second baby.
Right.
Steve, is it true you played a pregnant man on stage?
I did, yeah. It's hard work giving birth, let me tell you.
Hey, sisters.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't want to be rude, but is that your real body?
No, it's not my real body.
I don't know.
Although...
I've got belly and massive...
At one point in the play, the play was all about, you know, the physical humiliations that women have to go through when they give birth. All sorts of people coming into the room and examining their bits. And, you know, and it's all...
horrible,
it's
isn't it?
horrible, not just the pain, but... So we wanted to sort of have a bit of that in the show. And at one point, I need to pee, but I can't get to the loo. So the nurse says, do it here, do it now. And I'm like, in front of all of you. And she goes, yeah. So, and we thought, if the audience realise it's fake, they'll probably laugh and it'll be fine. But if they don't, then, you know, they'll be like, why have we come to this show?
Yeah.
So on the first night, well, I've never seen an audience react like that. It was sort of... one woman who just sort of turned away. And it was gross.
And they're going to make this into...
We filmed it,
yeah.
Filmed it for Sky Arts, yeah. It'll be on in June.
Oh, right.
And it sounds grim, but it's very funny. And it's really quite moving as well, I think. I'm really proud of it. I think it's one of the best things I've ever done.
Oh.
Yeah.
And listen, you've got to go and see the play Rules for Living. Genuinely is funny.
It's funny, isn't it?
It's so funny. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's sold out, but every Friday at 1 o'clock, they release some tickets online.
Yeah.
So
or
have a look
buy
online.
them illegally
Yeah.
or from a ticket house. And also, good luck with episodes, which
Thank
is on
you.
in May.
On in May.
May, fantastic. Stephen Mangan, everyone!
Thank you.
There'll be more from episode star Stephen Mangan and Phil and Kirstie in a bit. First, though, go nuts, go wild and wave your capes in the air like you just don't care. For the stars of the biggest film of the year from the Avengers, it's Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Paul Bettany! Chatty man.
Thank you.
Cheers, love. Thanks for coming down.
That's like... that's disgusting.
It's like nothing else on earth.
It's really sweet, though, isn't it? It's like candy, that.
I can almost feel like me enamel rotting on my teeth.
Yeah, it is like sweet, yeah.
Now, we got to talk about the Avengers, the Age of Ultron. I saw it the other day, and OMG, it is epic. It is the M&S and Taste the Difference range of superhero films rolled into one. It is. I mean, the cast is incredible. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, who I could not believe... Yes. Don't milk it. Scarlett Johansson has a bit of a love story with the Hulk. Now, I'm open-minded. I don't know how I feel about that. Are people ready to see a woman and a Hulk go hammer and tongs? I think it's sick, personally. There, I said it. We're all thinking about it.
I mean, don't you reckon we do want to see? I mean, you know, I wonder what the kid's going to look like. You get bullied at school. Oh, look, here's your dad. And that Hulk scares me because it reminds me of my mum on Disaronno. Now, Paul, love, you've gone from being Robert Downey Jr.'s computer to now being a fully fledged superhero yourself, haven't you?
I have.
Look at you.
I'm upgraded.
Because, I mean, it must have been, because we'll talk about it later, your uniform, was it costume you'd call it, wouldn't you, in the Avengers? I mean, I suppose when you were just doing the voice, you could turn up in, like, onesie, slanket, uni boot, just say it. Now you've got to go through all that, innit? And it looks painful, your costume.
Yeah, it was about 3 hours work. And actually, Robert Downey Jr. just used to come into my the makeup trailer and go... close the door, because I'd had it so easy for 7 or 8 years. But yeah, it's a weird costume and very difficult to wear. But it's as difficult as getting paid a lot of money to wear an uncomfortable costume is, which is, you know, not that difficult. Yeah.
And there's a lot of wires involved. Now, people who've seen me, I'm always on a wire, always having... And also, let's talk. We're all men here together, aren't we?
Yes.
We can talk about downstairs, because it messes with mine.
Yes! I know what you mean.
Oh,
you're being hung from your balls, essentially.
Yeah!
You know,
Tell me about it. I never used to speak like this. Now, Quicksilver, yeah, that's your character. Now, listen, everyone else's costume. Can we talk about what you were wearing in it? Looks like something you get from Sports Direct.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really get I think your costume's probably one of the coolest costumes, man.
It was the hottest costume.
And yeah, and then you see that, and then you're like, actually, I'm fine with just being able to put a t-shirt on.
He'd have to literally
he'd like after every scene, someone have to come along and attach an AC, you know, unit to him, and then put like a tube, go through all the way through his costume, and then it would like pump cold water through it to like cool his body down. Otherwise, he'd overheat and faint.
Yeah.
That's like a fridge. Right? That's a fridge.
It's insane. Yeah.
You're wearing a fridge.
It's like being inside a gin and tonic.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, and that, no, what a nice idea. And I love the way you run. What is it with superheroes? I don't know if you feel the same, but, you know, James Bond, Tom Cruise, why do all superheroes run like that? Do you get trained to run like that? You know what I mean? It's like, you know...
Yeah.
What did you think? Am I right? Am I right?
It's exactly like that.
Isn't it? It's like, we must stop now. It's insane. It's insane. Look, you're doing it there. Even Captain America's going, what?
Yeah.
Look at all this CGI, you never know what's real or not. I mean, if you have to someone in a fight scene...
Somebody...
You know, like...
Yeah.
I've had enough of you.
Off.
Yeah.
Do you...
No, you miss them.
Yeah.
You miss them.
Actually, you can hit the stunt guys, can't you?
Well, that's what
those guys, right?
Sure, you're allowed to kill them. I think that's...
I mean, you... No, he... Harrison Ford, did you?
Oh, well, Harrison Ford is a stuntman. I mean, he loves it. I threw him through a window. I've never seen a man so happy.
In a film?
In a film.
Thank God.
And he had to...
He was in my seat at the restaurant.
He had to dive through a window, and it was a very small window, so he couldn't put his hands up, so he would go through the window and land on his face. I've never seen the man happier. You know, he loved it. He loved it, and he loved it so much that we would... Listen, he had knocked me out in one. He had to smack my head against the floor, and I'd gone, all right, Harrison, ugly hands, and I'll knock my head back. And he said, yeah, sure. They rolled cameras. He grabbed my head and smacked it into the floor. Then he picked me up, and he dived through the banisters of some stairs, and I woke up going down these stairs. Right? And there were stuntmen waiting to do this stunt. There wasn't even cameras on it. He loves doing stunts, and, you know, he'd been beating me up, and it finally became my you know, turn to beat him up. And so I put him up against the wall, and I punched him in the stomach, and I stopped, right? And he goes, listen, could you just land it a little bit so I can feel it? I said, sure. Yeah, sure. So we go again. I land it a little bit, and he goes, I'm still not really feeling it. So again, and he goes, Paul, could you, you know, let it out a bit? So I just wind up on him, and I launch it into this 60-year-old man's stomach. And he said, that's it. Right now.
He's hardcore.
He is unbelievable. He really is a superhero.
Look who else is here. It's only Phil and Kirstie and Steve and Blooming Mangan. And if that wasn't enough, look who else is here. It's only Rita Ora and Charles Blinking Hamilton. We're talking about Aaron and Paul's new film, The Avengers, Age of Ultron. Right, now, at the end of these Avengers films, it's sort of tradition that we get a sneaky peek, don't we, of who's going to be in the next film during the end credits. Some people are saying it's Spider-Man. Some people are saying we're going to see the Incredible Hulk in space. Can you give us a clue? No, it's true.
I don't know. Can we give a clue? Are we allowed to give a clue?
Whenever I give a clue, I start to give a clue, I see like a red dot appear on my... It's like a Marvel agent, you know, about to shoot me. So I...
Also, that's a big surprise.
So
I think,
tell
do you know what's really nice is that, you know, that's a part of it, you know, that everyone waits beyond the credits to see what that little... You know, it's a nice little surprise. I think Marvel are really great at doing that.
Well, anyway, I've got my hands, believe it or not, on an exclusive clip that will reveal who the latest superhero to join the Avengers is. No, this has never been seen on TV before. Who wants to have a look? Please. It was amazing. How do you create that? I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Charles.
Yeah.
Say you got in a superhero film, what would your superpower be?
Reading women's minds.
Hey, lads, we'd all like that, wouldn't we? We'd all like that, wouldn't we? Yeah, I'd love that superpower, yeah. Rita, what would yours? What would your magic power superpower be?
I think it would probably be learning how to be a... Well, it's not really a superpower, but just cooking. Literally, just being able to cook.
Yes, beautiful.
Sorry.
Now, Kirstie, you've sort of got a superpower already. She has. She can tell if people are pregnant just by being next to them. She's a human pregnancy test.
I can vouch for that. It's absolutely true. I've seen her do it on a number of times.
You get a blue line down your forehead.
I can't tell you how it's done. I really don't know.
Has that ever backfired?
No, because I very rarely say it.
Because, I mean, it's dangerous, isn't it, now? I never say to someone...
No, you can't ever say.
No, because I get into so much trouble now. Unless that person's in, like, hospital with their legs in stirrup, baby's head is coming out. That's the only time I'll go, oh, are you pregnant? Because I'm not pregnant again. No way, not again. Charles Hamilton and Rita Ora, everyone! That's it for tonight's show. A massive thank you to Kirstie and Phil, Stephen Mangan, and, of course, Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Paul Bettany.